For 3 years, I tried everything to beat procrastination. I set massive goals, read every productivity book, watched hundreds of videos. Nothing worked. Then I discovered a psychological trick so stupidly simple it felt like cheating. Instead of writing my book, I just put on my gym shoes. That's it. And somehow my brain rewired itself to crave productivity. Here's the dark psychology behind why your brain sabotages big goals and how I hacked it in 30 days. I know what you're thinking, another productivity hack that sounds too good to be true. But here's the thing, this isn't some motivational BS. Harvard researchers actually proved that your brain physically can't tell the difference between completing a massive project and putting on your gym shoes. Both trigger the exact same dopamine hit. And if you're watching this in 2025, you've probably noticed everyone's burning out faster than ever. The old productivity advice? Dead. Your brain evolved to survive, not to finish your side hustle. But science just cracked the code on why small wins beat big goals every single time. I'm not a neuroscientist. I'm not a productivity coach. I'm just someone who wasted 3 years stuck in the procrastination loop. So I ran an experiment on myself. For 30 days, I tracked every tiny win. 1 sentence written, 1 email sent, gym shoes on. That's it. I turned myself into a lab rat to answer one question. Can doing almost nothing actually rewire your brain? Here's what nobody tells you about your brain. It's wired to love small wins, not big achievements. Small wins. Harvard research shows the most powerful motivator isn't a big reward or praise, but simply the feeling of making progress in meaningful work. Every time you complete a small task, your brain releases dopamine. But here's the dark psychology part. It's not a feel-good chemical. It's a do-it-again chemical. It creates a feedback loop of motivation. Big goals, they don't provide this. They're too far away. Your brain looks at write a book and sees a mountain. 0 dopamine, 0 motivation, instant procrastination. But small wins, your brain sees put on my gym shoes and thinks I can do that. Dopamine hit. Suddenly, going to the gym feels like the next logical step. You just hacked your brain's reward system. Think about the last time you had a huge project. Maybe it was studying for an exam or getting fit or starting a business. You probably felt overwhelmed, procrastinated, then felt guilty. That's the cycle, right? Here's what's actually happening in your brain. When you set a big goal, your prefrontal cortex, the part that handles complex planning, gets overwhelmed. It triggers your amygdala, your fear center. Your brain literally perceives big goals as a threat. But when you break it down to absurdity, when your goal becomes open the document instead of write 1,000 words, your brain doesn't register it as a threat. No fear response, no overwhelm, just action. And here's where it gets crazy. Once you complete that tiny action, your brain releases dopamine. That chemical doesn't just make you feel good, it makes you want to do it again. So you write 1 sentence, dopamine hit, then another dopamine hit. Before you know it, you've written 500 words, not because you forced yourself, because your brain got addicted to the progress. So here's the exact system I used for 30 days, and I'm warning you, it's going to sound way too simple. Step 1. Break it down to absurdity. Instead of going to the gym, my goal became put on my gym shoes. That's it. Once the shoes were on, going to the gym felt natural. Instead of write 1,000 words, it was open the document and write 1 sentence. The floor beats perfection every time. Step 2, focus on one thing. Each day I picked just one tiny task for my main goal, not finishing the project, just completing that one microscopic action. Step 3, track the wins, not the work. I got a wall calendar and marked a big X every day I completed my tiny task. Seeing that chain of X's grow became its own motivation. Visual proof that I was making progress no matter how small. And here's the psychology behind it. Every time I put that X on the calendar, I got another dopamine hit. I was literally training my brain to crave productivity. Step 4, acknowledge the win. After marking the X, I'd take 10 seconds to tell myself, good job, you did the thing. Sounds silly, right? But you're consciously closing the feedback loop. You're reinforcing the habit. This system works because it hacks your brain's natural wiring. It bypasses the fear of big goals and builds momentum until it feels unstoppable. Here's what happened after 30 days. I didn't just complete tiny tasks. I finished the entire project. Why? Because momentum compounds. Once you start, your brain craves the dopamine hit from progress, so it pushes you to keep going. The science backs this up. Studies show that people who track small daily wins build exponential momentum. It's not linear growth, it's exponential. Day 1, you put on gym shoes. Day 7, you're actually working out. Day 30, you can't even imagine not going to the gym. Your brain literally rewired itself. The basal ganglia, the part responsible for habit formation, strengthened the neural pathways for productivity. What started as effort became automatic. And here's the darkest psychology part. This works on anything. Procrastination isn't a character flaw, it's a brain wiring problem. Your brain is designed to avoid threats and seek rewards. Big goals feel like threats, small wins feel like rewards. Once you understand this, you can manipulate your own brain. If you're stuck right now, here's how to start. Pick one goal, just one, the thing you've been procrastinating on. Now break it down into the smallest possible step. And I mean absurd. If your goal is to write a book, your step is open the document. If it's getting fit, it's put on your gym shoes. If it's learning a skill, it's watch one 3-minute video. Make it so small that you'd feel stupid not doing it. Then do that one thing today. Just that. Don't aim for more. Don't try to finish the whole project. Just do the one tiny thing. When you're done, mark it somewhere. Visible. A calendar, a notebook, your phone. Doesn't matter. Just make it visible. Tomorrow, do it again, and again, and again. By day 30, you won't recognize yourself. Not because you'll have achieved the big goal, though you might have, but because your brain will have rewired itself to crave progress instead of avoiding it. Your brain is wired to love small wins, not big achievements. Small wins. Stop chasing the mountain. Start collecting the steps. The goal isn't to finish. The goal is to start and to keep the chain going. If this video helped you understand why you procrastinate and how to fix it, drop a comment with the smallest action you're going to take today. Let's build accountability. And if you want more psychology-backed self-improvement strategies that actually work, hit subscribe, because next week I'm breaking down why motivation is a lie and what actually drives human behavior. Your brain is waiting for you to hack it. Start today.